Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hey, it's Tim B here, back with another video. It's been a while. Took some time off for some personal development and like some personal internal growth. The end of my 2019 year went well business-wise, but didn't really go the way I wanted to go, personally. So took some time off and started to doing some deep thinking and trying to figure out myself at a deeper on a deeper level. And that's why I'm bringing this video to you, and that's pretty much speaking things into existence. So speaking things into existence is just like it's one of those terms in which that if you don't understand, or if you've never done it before, you wouldn't understand, and if you have done it, you're just like, yes, it's what you need to do. So pretty much I started in my search of myself. I watched podcasts and like motivational videos and just read a little bit, like articles and stuff like that, to try to get my mind right, to get myself right, to keep my mind off of other things like negativity and things of that sort. And what I came across is that a lot of these same topics and stuff like that do pop up, and a lot of these successful people in which that I'm not saying I want to be like, but I want to be on that level of success essentially. And they've all kind of aligned with each other, such as Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, Eric Thomas, and stuff like that, speaking things into existence, taking action about your circumstances or what you want to achieve in your life. And with that being said, is a lot of times they're just like, hey, sometimes you have to it's the mental state in which you have to put yourself into. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to think like a millionaire. What does that mean? I still don't know what it means. However, I know that a millionaire is probably not thinking the way I'm thinking. They're probably thinking about certain type of moves and stuff like that, speaking things to existence. Like, for example, the other day, or you might have had this situation as well, the times where you might see this brand new nice car on the street, like, wow, I've never seen that before, like that's the coolest thing ever, like that's pretty unique. And then you start thinking about that car and like, dang, I wish I could see that car again. And the very next moment, the next light you're at, you see that same car. And then you go to another light or a grocery store or something like that, you see that same exact car in a different color. And it's just one of those things in which that the more you think about something, the more it comes to you. The energy you put out there is supposed to be reciprocated by the universe. I'm not some kind of philosopher or something like that. I'm just saying based off my experience and what I've done. So I dug deep. I watched these videos. I looked into some stuff, and I started thinking positive. Because a lot of times you'll be like, I might be happy with myself or something I've done, and then I'll let the smallest little thing that got on my nerves, control my day. And it got me off track. It got me off a different mindset than I would want to be in. So what I did is I sat down, I buckled down, understood what I wanted, and just started to take the proper steps. The first thing is also taking action. So I took the proper steps and just thinking positively. Thinking positively. Surrounding myself around positive people. Surrounding myself around like-minded people. And from there, things just started to explode. And let me elaborate on that. Things started to explode not like in a physical sense that tangible things like started to happen around me, but it's just the way my mind opened up, the way I felt when these things started occurring. Like, of course, nothing's gonna be perfect in the perfect world. Nothing's perfect, but when you're in this happy space, nothing can bring you down either. There's always gonna be this one negative thing, or this negative person, or a hater, or something like that, or circumstances are always gonna be there. But if you're in a positive mind state, you're gonna put yourself in a position in which that, you brush it off. It's one of those situations. So speaking things into existence, you have to literally feel that. You really have to understand it. I know at an early age, I was sitting there saying to myself, like, speaking to existence, like, okay, I want $1 million, I want $1 million, and I just, how am I going to get it? I said it, it's not into existence. No. Every single day you have to think about what you want, or how you're going to, how you're going to make it tangible. You have to be able to understand, what it takes, the challenges set forth. But if you put everything in a positive, platform, then positivity will come back towards you. If you think everything in a negative, circumstance, negativity will come towards you. And I found myself in a really lonely place. And by thinking positive and surrounding myself around positive people and reading and doing research and make sure my mind was focused on the right things, the proper things, and where I want to, put myself, align myself with for my future self. So this is a note for my future self. This is a note for your future self. Put in time now to be where I want to be at in the future. You have to think that way. I'm being happy now so I can be happy in the future. I want to surround myself around happy people now, so therefore when we're all happy together, we're going to be doing those same things in the future, and even on a better scale, a higher level, And Another thing, number two, is like you have to bet on yourself, to make these things tangible as well. You can speak these to existence, but if you're not taking action and you're not betting on yourself, if you can't, if you're not willing to bet on yourself, put 120% in, like who's going to put it in that percentage to you? Who's going to put anything on you? If you can't bet on yourself, then nobody's going to bet on you. So you have to take the proper steps to do it, surround yourself and align yourself around the proper people to be in that circumstance or put in that position that you want as a future self or mindset, and talk to existence. And you have to take that action, you have to take that action. Take that action, and by taking that action, that means you're putting 120% into yourself or more, or 100, whatever you want to call it. You have to bet on yourself every single time if nobody's going to bet on you. Because nobody's going to be out here handing out dreams. You have to work for it. And I know that for a fact. I always complained about stuff I didn't have. I complained about things that were out of my control. I complained about where I came from, where my environment and stuff was. And guess what? By me complaining, nothing was happening. I had to take action. Nobody's passing out and handing out dreams. You have to work for your dream. You have to work for your dreams and your goals. You have to strive for to be the greatest person you can possibly be. That's on a mental state, a physical state, emotional state. You have to do it. So at the end of 2019, it didn't go my proper way in terms of my mental state and my emotional state of things. But by setting my mind aside, because this is not no 2020, resolution or something like that. This is something I was doing before 2020 because I saw something within myself. I saw myself in a space in which I didn't want to be in, and I was in a dark place, and I had to do something about it because if I didn't, I was going to continue to be in that dark place. It was going nowhere fast. And by having positive affirmations, putting 100% in myself and speaking things into existence, things have gotten better. I still have my daily challenges and stuff like that because nothing's perfect. I'm not perfect. But I knew that if I kept down that path, I would just be in a deeper hole. And I knew that I wanted something for myself. And if I wasn't fighting for it and doing it myself, betting on myself, taking action for myself, I knew nobody was going to hand me my dream. Only person going to hand me my dream is myself, So I started speaking into existence. And step by step, literally my days were brighter. My mind was clearer. I started taking more action. I was more happy. I smiled more. I took things more serious because we only get this one life, We have this one life that we live. And if we're going to sit here and waste it on the negative things in life, then why? There's so much more to offer out there. And there's bigger things too. And there's other people going through worse things too. So I was worrying about these things that I feel like was the end of the world for me. But there's probably somebody, fighting cancer or something like that, Like there's bigger things, bigger problems in this world. Somebody always has it worse. So I took that ball. I saw what I wanted to have. I know what I don't have. And I started speaking to existence. I'm not quite there yet, but this is a note to my future self that if I continue on this path right now, if I can do it, you can do it. And we're going to get there, So I want to thank my future self and tell my future self, you're welcome. And I want to thank myself now for taking the initiative to express myself and, put it on the platform in which I can keep myself accountable. Because most of my videos are for myself. And if people want to rock with me and they can relate to it, more power to you. Because I want to be able to motivate those who are motivated. I want to motivate the unmotivated. I want to lead by example as well. So if people, can feel me, then, feel me. So I'm doing this for my future self. I know that you can do it too. And if I'd done it from literally a grain of salt, then you can do it too. But speak things to existence, have positive affirmations, surround yourself around like-minded people or people in which that you want to see yourself as or be like or any of those rims, and taking action, taking those actions and understanding that nobody's going to hand you the dream that you want. You have to take it. So that's a quick little video, quick little rant. It's not like some of the other ones. I want to switch it up a little bit. But I'm thankful to be back, and hopefully I have more videos coming back out here soon. Took some time off and feeling better. Still have some things to work on, but I am in a happier space, and just want to remind you guys that sometimes you might fall off the boat, but as long as you have a life jacket on, or make yourself a life jacket and swim back to that boat, then you can get back up there and probably sail even further. So again, this is Tim B. Subscribe, like if you want, or just watch. Either way, hopefully somebody out there feels this and they can relate to it, and hopefully this can make your day better if we're having a bad day. But don't forget to speak things into existence, take action, and bet 110% on yourself. because nobody's passing on dreams. All right, peace.
Mail, let her open, I'm hoping for a check again. Ain't no telling. Yeah, she invite me to the